conversations in a client. So I hope you're excited about that. A lot of times we want to be able to help more people, but the problem of why we're not doing it is the apprehension about what I'm going to say. Are they going to like it? Do I really have the value in order to be able to create people? And since I've been doing this industry in 2015, I've been through every phase of trying to sell my programs, my products and services with confidence, and it could be very difficult. So we're going to go through a few big ideas today. Number one, we're going to talk about how to sell in a way that feels real and feel easy. We're going to talk about teach you confidence so you don't have that nervousness when you need to help people. And we're also going to be focused on how to help people who are actually ready to buy, and so you can stop chasing people who aren't. And early on, what I've realized is I faced imposter syndrome around selling because I was trying to be more or provide more than what I was actually capable of doing. And that was just because I'm looking around and seeing what everybody else is doing instead of just providing the service and the value that I know I could have in the marketplace. I'm trying to keep up with everybody else. So that was one of the biggest challenges that I had early on. So throughout the years when I've been helping coaches, and I've been able to, just in our program, our PCS program, over 588 coaching clients. I help at least about just straight strategy sessions, about 1,000 people a year. And I see people who keep trying to build this business, but they're having a hard time doing it. And it's because they don't know how to have those conversations and provide the value in a way where somebody sees it as valuable. They see themselves as pitching as services. They see themselves as chasing people. They see themselves as having to twist people's arm and being salesy. But it's not about any of that. You know, the longer I'm in this business, the more I realize it's really about finding the people that you can help, that really want the help from you, and not trying to convince or persuade or arm wrestle somebody to become a client. And since I've had that mindset, it really saved me a lot of stress and time. So how do we do that, right? So one, if you want to help people in a way that feels real and it feels easy, here's the best way to do it. Have the intention on actually wanting to help the person. But actually have the intention. When you really think about it, I see a lot of people who they try to do it, but they're selling from what they call their wallet. They're selling because they know they're gonna make some money. They're selling because it's because they got bills to pay. But when you're selling from that place, you don't think people can feel it. You don't think they can just feel like you don't really care about me. You just want to make a couple extra dollars. So the best way is to actually take a few moments. Why don't you take a minute before you speak to somebody, before you get on that call with them? You know, maybe you book that appointment with them, or you're about to call somebody. Take a minute and say, before I call these leads, before I get on this appointment, let me really think, let me really feel in my heart and in my mind that I genuinely want to help this person. Because when you genuinely want to help somebody, it comes across in how you communicate. It comes across in your intention. You're going to listen a little bit more. You're going to respond a little bit more genuinely because you actually want to see the person win. It's not some gimmick in order to get somebody to buy. It's actually because you want to see them better off, and you happen to be the person that have expertise and experience in that area to help them. So when you feel that, it's like you're better off solving this problem with me than trying to solve the problem by yourself. Think about that. And you have to come to a conversation with somebody with that level of genuineness. When you do that, they're really going to be interested in wanting to get your help. And that's the key thing. I had a conversation with one of our playmakers, and she was like, you know what? It's just I've been apprehensive because I feel like it's salesy to have a conversation with somebody. And I said, what do you mean? She was like, well, having a conversation with people is just like and trying to just get their money, and it feels salesy to me because I don't like when people reach out to me and try to have these conversations. And I said, let me ask you something. Have you ever bought anything before? She said, yeah. I said, have you ever bought from anybody you like? She said, yeah. I said, it's not about I said, there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. I told her, you can't, I said, yes, there are people who are out here that are salesy. There are people out here that don't know the right way. They don't know how to do it ethically. They don't know how to do it with heart, with passion. They don't really care about you. They just doing it for the money. They just doing it for the commission. They just doing it for whatever. And those are the people that will just spam you to buy something. Those are the people that don't really ask you any questions. They don't really care what you got going on. They see you as another sale. Absolutely, there's people out there like that. Unfortunately, that's just the way the world is. That's just the way business is. But I said, you are not like that. And don't ever be like that. I don't even allow people in my program that are like that. If I even feel like you don't genuinely want to help the people that you coaching, don't even come in my direction, to be real with you. Because I'm not going to let you in my program. I want people who genuinely want to help people in their niche, and you want to do this as a business, not charity. You can do this making money, and you could do this making money actually caring about people. And that's the big thing. So, so she understood it, and that's where I feel like a lot of us are at, is like, you feeling like it's salesy, you feeling like somebody's twisting your arm, you feeling like, I don't want them to, to think that I'm trying to convince them. The good part about this is, you don't have to. You don't have to. I've been in this since 2015. I didn't have to convince a person a day in my life to join my coaching program. Because I find the people who actually want to do this, and I truly and genuinely care about helping people. That is like the number one thing people tell me. Yo, I can really feel like, you're authentic. I really feel like you genuinely care and you genuinely want to help. I've gotten so many clients like that because I really do care and I really do help and I really do have the experience and been doing this, for a decade. You know what I mean? So because of that, people like me and they want to work with me. In addition to me actually caring, I actually have the value to help people. And I've done it, and we got a track record. We got people making four figures a month, 5 figures a month. We got people that's generating leads on a daily basis. We've ran ads in getting our clients in front of dozens or hundreds of their ideal clientele. I mean, we got people putting out content. We got people creating programs that never had coaching programs before, or wasn't in a way that they didn't really know how to build it. So we helped them build it. We've helped people put together sales and be able to make sales and put together the scripts and what to say and how to present it in an authentic way. So they're not just guessing what to say, but their heart is really there. They just need a more strategic way to present it. So the person who's receiving it finds it valuable. Because you can have something of value, but if you don't position it or package it in the right way, they won't be helped and you won't be helped. That's a lose-lose situation, right? So you don't want to put people in the lose-lose situation. So that brings me over to my second point, where we're talking about, speaking with confidence so you're not nervous. In order to really get confident offering your services and having these conversations, you got to do it over and over and over again. People say, well, how are you so confident when you teaching people or training people, or if I'm coaching a one-on-one or group or I'm online or webinar or whatever I'm doing, how do I have so much confidence doing this? You know why? Because I've been talking about it since 2015. A lot of people don't have the confidence because they start and they stop. You start and you stop. So if you starting and every few months you starting and stopping, then how are you going to expect to have confidence over time? It's not going to happen. I had a conversation with a lady and she was like, yo, I've been in the coaching industry for 20 years. I said, really? I said, congratulations. You've been coaching longer than I've been doing this. I said, okay, so where are we trying to get you? 10K a month, 20K a month? Like, where are we trying to get you to, right? I figured, she's already been doing it for a minute. She had to be making some type of progress. She said, I'm still trying to make my first 5K. And I said, per month? She said, no, in general. Wow. And I was thinking, how interesting is that? She's been doing this for 20 years and never made $5,000. So I really started asking, and I said, well, I said, what happened? Like, how you been doing this for so long and you never made 5 grand? She said, well, and then she listed a army of excuses, right? I was married, and then then that was busy, and then I got divorced, and then I was going through something there. Then I had 2 jobs, and had a lot going on in my life, and then I lost the jobs, and then I didn't have the money to invest, and then the kids, and then the health, and then and she had 20 years of reasons why she couldn't start. 20 years of hesitating. And so when she was coming to me, one of her issues was she wasn't really confident offering her services. She didn't really know what to say. She didn't know how to find the people. And it was because she had 20 years of starting and stopping. And I don't want that to be for you. Don't let you be that person where you got to keep starting and stopping because you're giving yourself a bunch of excuses on why you can't do it, or why this is not the best time, or why the money, and why this, why that. All that's doing is holding back your dream. All that's doing is slowing your vision down for what you say that you want. You watching this training video. Nobody's forcing you to do this. You doing this because you want to genuinely help an audience. You genuinely want to coach and train people. You genuinely want to be able to make revenue or sales doing this, potentially go full time doing this. You have the genuine care to want to do it, but you're not just gonna get confident. I don't care how many podcasts you watch. Okay, how much trainings you watch? You have to get out here and actually start helping people. If you want to be confident having conversations and offering your services, you got to do it. Do it for free. Do it for free to start. If you really that nervous, find people that you can help online and offer your services for free. The more you do it, the more confidence you'll get. And that's really it. Like that's the name of the game. Go out here and just start helping people. You say, yo, I'm not really that confident. I feel like I can help some people. I feel like I have some value, but you know what? I'm facing a little bit of imposter syndrome. One, if you're facing that is replace imposter syndrome. Throw that out your mind and then replace that with the word insecurity. Replace it with a word that we know, right? Okay, so what are you insecure about? Whatever you're insecure about, a lot of times is because you're going to be training and teaching on things you don't have no business training and teaching on. So don't talk about that. Talk about the things that you can help people with. That's why people be nervous and afraid and scared, because they're like, man, I don't really know if they're going to respect me, if they're going to pay. I don't really, can I really deliver on what I'm saying? Why don't you actually offer and say that you can help people with things that you can actually help them with? Because if you are promising things and services and value that you can't help people with, you should have imposter syndrome. I said it. You should feel insecure because you being a fraud. Don't be a fraud and provide and act like you can help somebody with something that you can't. You cheating people out of their money. And rightfully so, you should be false starting. Rightfully so, you should be nervous. Rightfully so, you should be behind. But if you truly care about people and you are helping people with the things that you say you can help them with, then that's okay. Like, so when I started, I wasn't showing people, I can show you how to get all of these leads, and I can show you how to make 10K, 20K a month. We got one of our clients who had a $60,000 a month recently. You think I came in day one saying I can help people with that? No. You know what I mean? It was like, I had ideas. I read books. I was watching videos and podcasts and all that stuff, but I wasn't really, I didn't really know. I wasn't really sure that I can help people with that back in 2015. So, I started off, Riley, just saying I can help people with their business here or there, here or there. My very, very first niche was, I was working with college students. So I graduated college and I was able to get into a nice, comfortable 6-figure job a couple years after I graduated Virginia State University. So that was pretty cool. So I said, yo, I can help students with that because I've done it. And then I moved. I was a productivity coach for a little bit while, helping entrepreneurs just be more productive. I learned some time management strategies, and I started helping people with that. And then I started working with entrepreneurs and business owners and said, okay, well, I know a couple of things about helping you get ahead. So I used my time management strategies to help them make a couple sales. And but I was like, hey, I learned some good tactics and strategies. I think I can help you. And my outcome wasn't even I was going to make you money or help you up. My outcome was, yo, I can help you build. If you need some help, I got some ideas. And then I joined this coaching industry, and I started off like I can help you coach. I can help you put together a speech. Then I can help you help you with content. Then I started saying I can help you. I generate leads and find your ideal clients online. And then I said I can help you make a sale or two. And then I was saying I can help you make 4 or 5 figures a month. I can help you, but I didn't start that way. But if I would have started straight off the back, like, yo, I can help you make 20 grand a month, and I wasn't doing that. When I came in doing this, I was probably at 2,000. My highest month might have been 2-3 grand. I have a training. I showed my clients this. Maybe I'll leak it on on YouTube one of these days. But I was in a training, one of my first masterminds, and I got called up to the front of the stage, and this lady was asking, she was like giving advice, and she asked me how much, what was my desire, how much do I want to make, and you know what my big goal and desire was? It was $5,000 a month, and at the time I might have been making like 2. So that's what I'm saying is you got to help people with where you're at in the process. And the more you do that, the more successful you'll be. All right. The number 3 is helping people. How to find people who are ready to buy and stop chasing. So all of that is going to be based on your messaging. Your messaging is what's going to attract people. When you say the right things and you're talking to your ideal audience, that's going to be like you calling somebody's name. They're going to look and they're going to say, oh, you talking to me? You should be, when you have conversations with people, oh, you talking to me? So you have to be talking the language that your people want to hear. Whatever problems you can solve, you have to demonstrate you can solve those problems. It's like the preview to a movie. If you want to go see the movie, before you go see the movie, we watch the previews, and the previews is going to tell us if we think we're gonna like the movie. A lot of times, I see coaches, they'll put out content that has nothing to do with the program that they're looking to help people with. So they're like, yo, Coach T, I don't know why I'm not attracting clients, but you talking general motivation, you talking just general stuff. You're not solving specific pain points that your ideal clients want. You have to solve specific problems and let them know how you can help and how you can keep them accountable, especially today, especially in the world of AI and information becoming more freely available. Now, you know what people are valuing? They value your experience now, right? Because I could do a Google search. So now I want to know what experience, what depth of experience can you provide me? Can you provide me with accountability? Is there specific strategies that you have used and you can give me guidance and show me specific click by click or however you're helping people step by step on how to do that? If you're providing general things that people could look up, it's going to be hard for them to want to work with you. So if you want people to buy, and you don't want to have to chase people, you have to give them a preview to the movie. That's how I look at every piece of content I put out. This is a preview to the movie. So then now when because then now, they'll learn from me, and then you'll say, you know what? Yo, I like Terrell. I like his style. I like how he trains. I like how he teaches. Okay, so I see that he can help me build my coaching business. I've been struggling to put together an offer. I've been struggling to put together a coaching program. I don't know what to add, how to do, what platforms to use, what technology to use, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I know he can help me with content and show me how to put together the content and the structure and the go live and do everything. Boom. I know he can help me with the lead generation. Okay, he has a social media marketing agency that specializes in lead generation for coaches. Okay, maybe I can hire his agency to come work with me. Okay, I know he can help me with sales. Okay, maybe he can show me specifically what I need to be doing to make sales, or what should I say, or how to get confident, right? These are things that people won't know unless you're talking about it, unless you're putting it out. And when you put it out, that's going to attract the right people who want to actually learn how to solve those problems. So I get passionate about it because, the more that I do it, the more that I do this, the more evident that it becomes you can really help people. You can really do it. But it really has to go further than you just learning and researching and writing things down. It has to be you out here, you helping people. How many people let's make this practical. How many people did you talk to that was in your ideal audience over the last 7 days? The more that that answer is zero, you don't have to tell me how much money you made. I already know. Probably zero. Probably zero. If you're not offering your services to anybody, you're not going to make money. I don't care how much research you do. I don't care how many products you create. I don't care how many things you write down. If nobody knows you have services because you're too nervous to offer it, then you're not going to make any money in this business. And that just is what it is. You know what I mean? So so this is the call to action. I want you to go out here and I want you to start having conversations with people. I want you to go out and find your ideal audience. They're online. Just Facebook alone has over 4.11 billion active accounts on a daily basis, on a monthly basis. Instagram has 2 billion active accounts on a daily basis. What are we talking about? You mean to tell me it's not a handful of people that need your service? I think it's a couple people that they need their problem solved, and you are the perfect person to solve it. They just don't know you exist because you're not talking to anybody. You got to talk to more people, and the more people you talk, the more people will become clients. All right. So if you love this, definitely give this a like, give this a share to somebody that's been hesitating to start their coaching business. Send this to somebody that you know needs they just need to be kicked off the ledge. Like, yo, come on, let's go. Let's do it. Time is not waiting for anybody. Give this to somebody that needs a little push. Like, yo, I just need the accountability. I just need to know what to say, what to do, and I'm good. Send it to that person. Or maybe you save this for yourself and you watch this over and over. I don't know what you need to do, but this is something that that I'm passionate about because I struggled for years trying to figure this thing out, and it just becomes so evident after the hundreds of people we've helped personally in our PCS program and thousands that we've helped outside of it. All right, so if you want some help, just go ahead and put Coach Me in the comments. It kind of depends on where you're seeing this at, but just go ahead and put Coach Me in the comments. Maybe if you're watching this on YouTube, you could drop your biggest takeaways. I'll come back afterwards and I'll reply to every single comment. And and you got this. Pickles, I see you. What's up, Sharon? I see you. Hello, good to see y'all. All right, so like I said, watch this as many times as you need to, and I want to see you win. All right, let's go out here. Let's start helping some people. This is the second half of the year now. You have an opportunity to change some lives. Let's do it. What are we waiting for? We're not getting any younger. We're not getting any younger. And it's just going to get harder and harder. I was telling this to somebody the other day. I said, you do realize it's going to get harder the longer you wait. And he was like, why? I said, well, think about it like this. I said technology is only going to get more advanced, right? And I said the more advanced technology continues to get, the more people that are going to leverage those tools, right? So which means that you're going to be competing against people and tools, right? Think about that, right? Meaning that you're going to get left further and further behind the longer you wait. You think soon as you start, like you starting on a level playing field, you're not. You starting all the way behind, and you're not leveraging the tools, and you're not helping nobody. It's gonna get harder. So start now. This is the best time to do it. Slow motion is better than no motion. Let's work.